welcome back to Wayback Wednesday, the series where we go way back to take a look at some older Cars diecast releases. Today we're going to be taking a look at Shu Todoroki. Now, compared to a lot of the other cars I review on this channel, Shu Todoroki is quite a frequently released diecast. First being released in 2011, Shu has come out nearly every year since then with a few exceptions. Being a World Grand Prix racer, he's on a nearly annual release schedule just like the rest of them are. And like I said, there are only a few years where Shu didn't receive a release. In fact, he's out on store shelves right now. So, yeah, Shu is definitely a more common diecast than what I usually review here on Wayback Wednesday, but I decided to review him because the last time I reviewed him, my voice sounded like this.
I went to Target today and I finally found him.
Yeah, it was probably about time to update this review. So, let's take a closer look at Shu here. Of course, Shu Todoroki is based off of an endurance racer, and he is a very unique mold for the Cars diecast line and for the Cars universe in general. It would be awesome to see some more cars like him appear someday. Of course, we have some Japanese characters on the hood here. I'm not sure what those translate to, but if you know, definitely let me know in the comments. We have, of course, this red circle here, probably meant to represent the rising sun of the Japanese flag. It has a very accurate and in-character expression. I think it really matches Shu in the movie. Of course, Shu did not speak in Cars 2, but I think this still captures his look perfectly. Interestingly, his eyelids are a bit of a darker color than the rest of him. I think this was probably a deliberate choice so that, you know, it didn't blend in with the white of his eyes since he is painted all white. It doesn't look that bad. I think it looks perfectly fine compared to someone like 2017 Paunchy Wipeout. We got the World Grand Prix logo number 7. Very interesting how it's done here. Of course, for most of the World Grand Prix racers, or for all of them rather, you have the flag of their country there with a little emblem inside. And Shu's is unique because he's painted all white, and the Japanese flag is almost all white with the red circle in the middle. So he's got a pretty unique looking emblem. Also, the World Grand Prix logo is white, so it all sort of blends together and makes him look a bit different. Very cool looking wheels there. I really like those. And something that I really appreciate about Shu's design is that both sides of him are different. In my reviews, I usually just show like this side, the left side of the car, then I show the back, then I very briefly show this side because there's rarely ever anything different with it. But for Shu, this side is completely different, which is really nice. You can see we have some characters, Japanese characters, were in there. The first two here, and not that. That might just be a number 7, actually. I'm not quite sure. Again, I can't read Japanese. So if you know, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to know what that translates to. Once again, we have the red rising sun there. And then we have this design, sort of a flaming dragon, which we get a lot more of on this side. Check that out. A lot of really cool designs. Like I said, I think it's supposed to represent sort of a flaming dragon going on. I absolutely love how that design carries over all throughout him. On top, even carries over to this side where it's really not as prominent. Unfortunately, it doesn't carry on to the back. It would have been nice to see it carry over a bit, but I really like that abstract design going on all throughout the side of Shu. I think it looks awesome. Just look at that. That is really cool. I just love how he looks from the top there with this side covered in the flames and this side not as much. I think it looks really, really cool. Got the World Grand Prix logo there on his spoiler on the back, and unfortunately nothing else written on the back. There's no space to write anything on the back of Shu, and yeah, it's unfortunate they couldn't continue this design on the back. I'm not sure if it's on the back in the movie, but either way, it would have been really nice to see. Of course, we already extensively looked at this side. You can see World Grand Prix and All in All logos. Actually, in different places, there is not a World Grand Prix logo on this side of him because you have the writing there instead. So, again, really cool to see a racer where one side is so different than the other. Definitely a nice change of pace to how a lot of other Cars diecasts are designed. There is a look at the base, and there you go. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next week for another Wayback Wednesday. Bye now.